We're waiting on people to get here before we
How are they supposed to see
I don't know, it
that?
just said you're live. I know I'm alive. So anyway, we're going to give everybody just a few minutes to get here. Maybe not minutes, more like, 30 seconds. I don't know. Before we get started. So, to those of you who are here now, which
How
my
are we
phone is so
supposed to
far
tell?
away, I don't think anybody's here.
My hands are asleep.
So anyway, sound effects may have been a bad idea. We will get started in just a second. I gotta get my laptop.
This is awkward. Spoiler alert, Gabriel will not be in this video other than right now. He's asleep in his crib. How do you know if anyone's on? The phone is so far away, I can't see it.
I'm about to show you how you I'm so unprepared. There are 3 people currently watching.
Is the quality really that bad?
I don't know. It looks good there.
Looks bad on the laptop.
Hey, we got connectivity issues.
Great.
There may not be connectivity issues. It's kind of starting to grow on me. So we're going to give just a little bit longer. And we'll see what happens. No, it's definitely my laptop froze up. That's good though. It means that maybe that's not frozen.
Can I pull my phone?
Dang, we might have to. My laptop is not cooperating. Can y'all hear the sound effects coming from this? Just out of curiosity. And can you hear us okay?
Well, that's weird.
What?
Watching ourselves. Watch ourselves.
It's a very meta experience.
You just said yes. So it looks like Just Growing Roots are on.
No, not just growing roots.
Yeah. AJ from Growing Roots.
Oh, so we got a couple people from growing roots. We're gonna get started in just a second.
Call me AJ. What's up, Pam?
Wait.
She's
they
here.
Said, oh. They said, call me AJ, and then you said, what's up, Pam?
Yeah.
Like you had decided.
AJ said, call me AJ.
Yeah, and then you decided to call him Pam, because I didn't know Pam had come in.
Oh, this is going to be a super interesting live.
All right. Here we go. And we got 9 people here. Well, 8, because one of them, 7, because, wow.
2 of them are us.
This went from like, yeah, we got 9 people to, no, we don't have 9 people. All right. So, we can kind of keep an eye on the comments and attempt to keep an eye on the comments right there. Somebody answer this. Can you hear the sound effects? Pausing because there's a delay.
I will, Pam. Don't worry.
I guess sound effects really aren't that big.
Hi, Mom. This is like FaceTime, but without seeing the other person. Pam hears nothing. I think the sound effects are...
Well, I like the sound effects, so we're going to keep them. Can you hear us?
Well, they're responding to us, so I'm going to go with
Okay.
yes.
All right. So we officially have 8 people watching. So we're going to go ahead and get this ball rolling. I'm going to have to pause the sound effects.
Thank you.
I can hear them, but they are kind of distracting. If you're not able to hear them yourself, which is kind of a bummer. All right, AJ, shout out. Check him out in the chat. Got it. So we're ready to get started. This is the spooky, scary Skeletag Halloween tag video. We were tagged by Growing Roots. You should check them out. They are actually our partner channel. Wonderful people. We like them a lot. So,
My mom asked who we voted for.
that is none of your business.
That's not what this channel is about, Linda.
No. I was raised that you didn't talk about. Sorry. Gabriel took my I voted sticker off of me, so. Sorry. You didn't talk about politics or religion at the dinner table, so we're gonna get right on to Spooky Scary Skeletag. Yeah. All right. Question number 1.
Okay.
What's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie. How about you answer it first? Because I don't watch them very often. So I have to think about this while you talk for a good 2 to 3 minutes.
Babadook. Done. Your turn. I'll give her some time. It's a hard question for me, and I'm actually not 100% sure Babadook is my favorite scary movie, but it is awesome and legit creepy. I'm drawing this out for you.
No, I figured it out. I'm good.
I don't like torture porn, bloody stuff. I'm not a fan of those kinds of movies. But quit looking at the chat. But I do like a good ghost story or suspenseful stuff. I understand that you're gonna have a little bit of gore, a little bit of blood when it comes to scary movies, but blood raining from the skies isn't really my thing. But Babadook, check it out. It's on Netflix. Creepy. Kept me up at night. Go, your turn.
I know what you did last summer. Classic Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, Freddie Prinze Jr., the dream team of my teenagehood. That is my favorite scary movie. I even like the sequels. Was there a third one?
Yeah.
They were in college or something? Or was that the second one?
That's my
favorite one.
And if you didn't see another tag video we did, that was actually the first rated R movie that I ever saw. I snuck into it. I was supposed to see Flubber. But right across the hall was I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Jennifer Love Hewitt, if you're watching, I still love you.
He's allowed to leave me for her.
You're on the list. If you're watching.
PB&J's on.
Oh, hi. Margaret, John. Hopefully the kids are in bed, I guess.
I know this is a kid-appropriate tag.
Yeah.
Either. Next question.
If your toddler stays up till 9, that's your call. All right, number 2. If you were in a horror movie, how far would you make it?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, in a perfect world, I'd make it to the end and I would survive.
One would hope.
But I would probably freak out at the earliest opportunity. And my mind would forget all of the classic, what not to do. Don't go up the stairs.
So you hear a noise, you're going to go and die.
Probably. I'm going to do everything you're not supposed to. I'm going to be the one that you're yelling at the entire time.
Don't go in there!
No. That would be probably me. I don't think I'd be very resourceful in those situations. I don't think I would last long.
I'd make it to the end. I've seen enough scary movies to know. And see, this is kind of a complicated question because it also depends on what type of scary movie it is.
Good point.
Because, and this is no joke, in all seriousness, reality, every new job that I ever got, and I told Sarah this when we started dating, that everywhere I go, one of the first things that comes into my mind is if the zombie apocalypse started now, how would I survive in this place? So I had it all figured out. I worked at an athletic club with 2 stories. We were gonna push machines down the stairs that the zombies couldn't climb over, and then we could survive upstairs. There was a subway downstairs, and we would send people down for food. I had it all figured out. So I'm gonna say that I'd make it pretty far because I have nothing else to do but think about how I would survive in scary movie situations. So I told
Sounds
them all
good.
out.
Next question.
Number 3. What is your favorite scary story?
My favorite scary story. I have always been really partial to the urban legend of the couple that's in their car making out and they hear scratching on the roof. You know that one? I've always really liked that
Wasn't
one.
it in Urban Legend, the movie?
Yes. But so that's the one I've always liked. Done.
I don't know how to answer this question because like are we talking like campfire stories or like scary books?
I don't know, honey. I didn't write the questions.
Well, it was a vague question. So I don't really know. And honestly, and to be totally, I was in Boy Scouts and we went camping once a month. And we never told ghost stories. That's kind of a weird thing. We never told ghost stories. So I don't have a favorite.
All right. Jacob passes.
I'm trying to think.
Yes, Pam, he is. Pam said you were
Always.
making this complicated.
That's what I do. I make things overly complicated.
Needlessly complicated.
Needlessly complicated. So I'll just say I like them all. I like a good ghost story. Okay. I'll tell you one of my favorites is there's a house where we live.
Hold on. He could not think of a favorite, and then suddenly he just did.
Well, okay.
Go on.
So in where I grew up in Louisiana, in central Louisiana, there's a house that there are a ton of rumors about, but it burned down. The structure is still there, but there was a house fire, and this happened, I don't know, 100 years ago. The grandkids still own the property. It's fenced off. It's down a highway, kind of in the woods a little bit, and it's gated off like a legit creepy house gate. And the gate's got a chain on it. You can get to the house if you go down one of the side roads and jump over the fence and wander through the woods because it's overgrown. You've been there, didn't y'all go? And it was like a popular thing when you went to college, where we did, was to go out to this house, to this creepy house. The son or grandson of the guy that died in the house or owned the house or whatever, like, has a gun. I think they're growing weed out there.
Don't read the comments. Keep going.
I think they're growing weed out there or something. They don't want you wandering on the property. But it's super creepy because it's like come to ruin, and there's all kinds of stories. Like the guy was a surgeon and he tried to remove his own appendix, and while his wife was downstairs boiling water for the rags, the house caught fire and they both burned in the house. I mean, there's all kind depending on who you ask, there's a different version of the story, but it's fun because it was local and everybody went out to the house at least once, and we definitely did. And the son's truck was out front or something like that. I don't know. We got in, looked around, and got out because it was creepy. So I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Local story that no one's ever heard. What's your first Halloween memory?
My first Halloween memory. I don't know that I can remember the first, but when I started paying attention to Halloween, my mom's company that she worked for years and years and years had their annual Halloween party thing, and that was always a lot of fun. And that's what I remember. And we would go and get dressed up, and I think there was a dessert competition or something. Keep me honest, Mom. But yes, I remember that. Woodward Clyde, that's where she worked. Doesn't exist anymore, so I could say it on the internet.
So my first memory, and I guess it's kind of mashed up because when you're a kid, you remember bits and pieces of different things, and they end up being one big memory. But this is our first memory. I remember seeing a witch in the mall, and it scared me to death, and I ran, like legit ran, and my parents had to chase me. Couldn't catch me. It was awesome. Also, vaguely remember being the devil. And if you follow me on Instagram, our family, if you follow our family Instagram account, I'll post some of these pictures because there are pictures of me and my sister dressed as the devil for Halloween. I think my parents hated that, but it was
super cute.
It was super cute. It's hilarious.
Super cute.
We were very young, and I remember that having the plastic tail like tied on and the pitchfork and everything. So Giselle, Growing Roots, will put the link to our family Instagram account on there. So if you're not following us, you can, and you can see that. Because any pictures we mention in this chat, I'll be sure to go back and add them to that account so y'all can see them. But I think my earliest memory is dressing as going for Halloween as the devil, which I guess is foreshadowing, maybe. I don't know.
Easy.
That just meant that we were trouble. We were
okay.
mischievous children. We were mischievous children. All right. So, what's your favorite Halloween memory?
Oh, that was my first Halloween memory?
Yeah, that's supposed to be your first Halloween memory.
I think my favorite Halloween memory was the year that my mom made my costume, and I was Morticia Addams from the Addams Family. And she worked so hard on the costume. I had a long black wig and everything. And I got to wear makeup. She put makeup on me, and so I don't remember how old I was, but that was my favorite. But that Halloween stands out for what happened at the end of the night as well. That may be another question in here. But yes, Morticia Addams, that Halloween costume.
So we'll come back to it if it's not a question.
Right.
We'll come back to it.
Because that's a funny story that involves my dad.
All stories that involve Gerald Sharp are funny.
Oh, good job, Mom. My mom just reminded me too. We used to have a Halloween party at my house. We had a family friend. What was his name? It was Big Mike, Fat Mike,
Big Hungry, Big Tasty.
No.
Your
What was
dad's
his
buddy
name,
with the
Mom?
crawfish?
He was a DJ though, and so we would have a Halloween party, and he would DJ, and it was really, really good. Good, clean, wholesome fun, but loud music. And the cops came and told us we had to turn our music down because the neighbors complained. Oh, what was his Big Mike? Big Mike? Fat Mike?
Big Mike.
Big Mike, yeah, okay.
Big Mike.
Good, okay.
Knew how to throw a party.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Your favorite Halloween?
My favorite Halloween memory. Like I said, all my childhood memories are kind of blurred together. But my school, I went to a Christian school, so we had harvest parties because we're not allowed to celebrate Halloween.
Don't say that with such
we used to have a fall carnival every year, and it was the day to look forward to because there were games. Each class set up a game, and you could go from classroom to classroom or around the parking lot. They all had tables and games set up, and you came to school in your costume, and so you had all day long in whatever your costume was. And that was a lot of fun. I always looked forward to that day every year at school. So I think that's my favorite. I have a lot of Halloween memories. My grandmother was big into Halloween. She got instilled that in me.
Clearly.
So we do Halloween, but I think those are my favorites. I can't nail down one, but I just remember, when you think about something, you just remember looking forward to that day every year, like your birthday and Christmas. I really looked forward to the Harvest Carnival at Grace Christian School. All right. What is your best Halloween costume?
My best Halloween costume. I'm going to go with Morticia Addams that I just mentioned. That was really good.
Okay.
I think also too, when I was pregnant, I was the Kool-Aid man busting through a brick wall, and it was really cute. I think that's another really good one.
I'll put that one on the Instagram account.
Yeah.
So mine
Oh, I can answer my favorite Halloween costume of Jacob's. His mom, I don't remember how old you were, but you were little, made him a robot out
I was
of
gonna-
cardboard. And it was so cute. We'll have to post that picture.
That one will be posted too.
That's one of my favorite pictures of Jacob. And I just realized I'm looking at the wrong part of the camera. So my bad.
The card. So I was gonna say this is kind of a two-part answer for me. One is the best costume that was ever made for me was the robot, the cardboard robot, which we've talked about on more than one occasion, recreating that photo.
Absolutely. We have to make one. Oh, for you recreating it? I think we need to make Gabriel a little robot too.
Make Gabriel a little cardboard robot. But so I'll post that picture in the Instagram, as well as this one. My favorite that I did, and I'll give you a little bit a real brief backstory. The local zoo where we were living in Alexandria has an event called Zubu, where they do Halloween.
Oh, I know what you were gonna say.
They do Halloween, and Sarah and I were on the board of directors for a local family playhouse. So we did the kids photo area at this event for a couple of years.
Monitored it, or
we were there.
whatever.
We helped guide people through and stuff like that.
We just took their phones and took the pictures for them.
We took
there
pictures
was no
and stuff like that.
photographer.
So, and it was near the pumpkin patch. So you worked at the pumpkin patch. There were pumpkins, hay, and all this big display. Backdrop where people could take pictures. And we volunteered to work that area. So, we had just gotten our dog Charlie, and because we were newlyweds and new puppy parents, we felt bad about leaving him alone all day at the house while we went to work. So we would turn on the Disney Channel while he was Vigo. So we would turn on the Disney Channel while he was in his kennel. For the dog. So
to watch from the bars of his kennel.
Because we were new puppy parents.
Oh, I fully supported this. I'm just saying how ridiculous we were.
So in the mornings when I would be getting ready, I watched Handy Manny would be on. And I said, I have that shirt. And I think I've got that hat. I could do this costume. So I wore the green shirt. I had the shirt in blue jeans. I had a tool belt and my Doc Marten boots, and I did the hat.
And I think we repurposed a hat you had so it would look like
Handy Manny's hat. And I had another person that was on the board of directors had the tools, actual Handy Manny tools.
She had the licensed Handy Manny tools because she was going to give them to a kid at a birthday party the next day. So she just went ahead and opened the package and gave them to Jacob so he could put them in his tool belt so he could be officially
put them in my tool belt.
Handy Manny.
I was Handy Manny. Sarah went as like Pocahontas.
I pulled something out of my butt. I could have not been there for all they cared.
I was the hit of the pumpkin patch.
Those kids, we were at the photo taking area, the photo opportunity area. They took pictures with Jacob because he was such a good Handy Manny.
Kids came running up to me. I knew the Spanish words that they covered in the show, every day. And so, we had, they would come running up and they would take pictures with me and they were, Handy Manny, and they'd come running up. And I felt like a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
I was the most popular kid in the pumpkin patch, or the character in the pumpkin patch.
For sure.
It was so much fun. There are lots of pictures of children with me. And
it was so easy and cheap because he already had most of it.
It was a lot of fun. So that's my favorite that I did by myself. So okay, now what is the worst Halloween costume?
Probably that Pocahontas one. Because we were on the board of the Playhouse, we had access to the costume shop, and I just needed something for this Zubu, and I didn't want to pay for anything because we're poor newlyweds. So I pulled out this Pocahontas costume and I braided my hair, but Jacob stole the spotlight, so that was probably
well. And now that I think back on it, in 2018, neither one of us could have gotten away with you going as a Native American and me going as a Spanish guy. That would not.
We have to end that topic.
That would not have.
All right. What was your worst Halloween costume?
Well, part of me thinks I should say Handy Manny now. Um, I think one year I went as you went as Eve.
Oh yeah, that was the when you're young and attractive, you do sexy Halloween costumes. So I went as Eve of Adam and Eve,
And I went as
but not as skimpy as you're thinking. It was cute.
and I went
Not
as
tasteful.
oh no. I'm gonna what?
Are you thinking about Little Red Riding Hood?
Yeah.
You didn't like that one?
We had to explain it.
Oh yeah, his costume didn't make sense. So I was Little Red Riding Hood.
And you know the old Droopy cartoons. I forget who they're made by. And there was the wolf that would always howl at the women in the cartoon. Like we tried to do a
Zoot
suit wolf, but I didn't have a face. Like
so he was wearing
mask.
the black and white pinstripe, and so I, like with an eyeliner or whatever, drew a little nose on him, and no one knew that he was the wolf.
And the whiskers off of it, and I had a hat, and no one understood. So I was constantly explaining it all night long, and if you have to explain your costume, no. Halloween costume 101.
It should be obvious.
It should be obvious. Make it obvious.
Honey, I'm sorry. We have to go back because we have forgotten our best Halloween costume as a duo.
Are you talking about the Olympics?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about the year before we were pregnant. And we went as a certain 1980s pop group. I cannot believe we both forgot that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We went as Hall & Oates.
Yeah, and it was epic.
I'll put that picture on the Instagram also.
Talk about having to explain a costume. We went to Jacob's sister's huge Halloween party that she did in North Louisiana, and they both, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, both work for the college there. And so they had several college kids that came to the party, and they would ask who we were. We'd be like, Hall & Oates. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And if y'all put in the comments, who is that? I'll be so disappointed in you. I'm just going to say that right now.
It was awesome. Because, like, I'm capable of growing facial hair, as you've seen in some of our videos. So I had the mustache. Like, and we went to a Hall & Oates concert, and I went in costume. And a couple people took pictures with me. Everybody talked about how great it was. So I had the mustache. We bought the wig,
curly black
curly black hair wig, and we recreated an album cover. It was pretty great. But we showed up, good. In costume.
So proud of ourselves. Like we had been planning and thinking about this for so long.
Of course, my sister, she got it because she's cool.
Yeah, but those college
kids were like, who are you guys? Nice wig, man. I'm like, it's killing me. Yep, Hall & Oates. We went as Hall & Oates.
Yeah, and I cannot believe we forgot about that.
I'm going to put that in the...
so good.
I'm going to add that one to it also. So there's going to be like 4 or 5 Instagram posts after this video of our awesome, epic Halloween costumes.
All right. Continue.
All right,
sorry,
so
I just remembered that.
Best, worst. Okay. What is scarier? Werewolves or vampires?
What is scarier?
Yeah.
I don't like that question because I don't...
What are you more afraid of? If they existed in reality, what would you be more afraid of?
I guess werewolves.
Is that your answer? Care to explain?
No, because I don't like that question. So
vampires.
I don't feel like answering it.
Vampires. If you have read Salem's Lot by Stephen King, they can hypnotize you, they lull you into this sense of comfort, and then they suck your blood and they turn you into a vampire. Vampires.
I think I've read too many paranormal romances, vampires and werewolves, so I'm like,
But for those of you who are curious, I am Team Jacob, obviously. I was pulling for him. Edward. Ugh. All right. Okay, what's scarier, ghosts or zombies?
But you answer first.
Well, my answer is based in science, paranormal science. So it's going to definitively answer the question.
Do it. Go, honey. Make it happen.
So ghosts aren't scary. Poltergeists are scary. If it was poltergeists or zombies, no question, poltergeist. If you've seen the movie Poltergeist,
I really popped that
you know.
P of
Poltergeist. Poltergeist.
All right.
Zombies? Okay, so in this question, because we think that the house we lived in before this one was haunted.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. Not there till the end. That dude was ready for us to go. I don't know, guy or girl, I don't know what it was, but you know how you like see things out of the corner of your eye? Like I'll be packing, and there towards the end, I was like seeing things out of the corner of my eye quite a bit more often than we had.
And it's funny because I told Jacob we were at my aunt's house the other day, and we were loading up the car, putting Gabriel in his car seat. And I had one of those out of the corner of my eye. I thought somebody was standing on the other side of the car watching us. And I was like, oh, our ghost is checking in on us to see how we're doing. You know.
I'm telling you, that house was haunted. But, other than the occasional noise or you kind of see something.
So I think I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to go with zombies. Because I feel like if it's a ghost, it can pass on into the afterlife. But a zombies can't really go back to anything other than being a zombie.
Zombies.
That's their final state.
Well,
other than being done.
Yeah. And so I'm going to say zombies over ghosts because, the whole poltergeist ghost thing. But we've lived with a ghost. We think we have. And he or she was pretty cool about it.
It's pretty benevolent.
Yeah. So actually, before we moved into that house and Sarah was getting ready, I remember her telling me she could hear things. She would hear all these random weird noises and stuff like that, and I thought she was crazy. And then we moved in, and it was like, okay, this place is haunted. And we knew it. We told Susie next door, we're like, the house next door is haunted.
It's fine, Pam. This one's fine.
There are no ghosts in this house. We've been here, no weird noises.
There's just flies.
Nothing. I know, man. Which is just. Have you seen? Oh shoot! They remade it with Ryan Reynolds. It's a scary movie. The Amityville Horror. You saw the first Amityville Horror. All these flies started popping up out of nowhere, and the exorcist, the priest comes in to try to bless it, and the flies like chase him out and then kill the dude. We got flies. I'm convinced the neighbors are dead, and that's why they're coming in. But we just haven't seen them.
Next
We've seen
question.
these people, but we haven't seen these people yet. They might be dead.
John, thank you, John.
Yes, the Amityville Horror. All right. So I think John and I would be friends.
How long is this so
We're
far?
almost done. We've got 2 more questions. And this one's pretty simple. Are you afraid of clowns?
100,000 million billion %. Don't even get me started on the subject of clowns. This is a long and storied history. Yes. Unequivocally, yes.
We're not allowed to talk about the movie. It's called The Movie That Must Not Be Named. I loved it. Clowns don't bother me.
No.
Sarah didn't do
I don't
clowns.
even want to talk about it. Like, that's how much I don't like them.
Okay. Which is scarier? Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, or Leatherface?
Okay, tell me who all of those are. Freddy Krueger is the claws and the stripy sweater.
Right. Get you in your dreams.
Okay. Michael Myers is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right.
Okay. Jason Voorhees.
Friday the 13th. Camp Crystal Lake. What's the girl in that one? Or is there a girl?
Kevin
Bacon was in the first one. There's like 20 of them.
Okay, Leatherface.
He's the hockey mask. He wears the hocky mask.
That's what I needed.
Hockey
Hockey mask. Okay, and then Leatherface. Is he
Texas,
the pin guy?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh, that one. Ooh. Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Okay.
Is the
Texas Chainsaw Massacre has made me feel some type of way, and not a good way.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I say Texas Chainsaw Massacre also because that is based on reality. See, John and I would be friends.
Clearly.
Leatherface. I agree because Because
Yeah, because that was a true story. That
I
was
feel
so
like all
creepy.
the other ones are kind of avoidable. You know,
Yeah.
if your parents didn't burn a sex offender alive in the basement, then he's not going to come back and kill you in your dreams. You know, you're not related to Michael Myers or friends with any of his family members. He's not going
Don't
to
go
kill
to
you.
Camp Crystal Lake.
And then don't go to Camp Crystal Lake.
I did decide that I wanted a Camp Crystal Lake T-shirt, like a camp
Yeah,
shirt.
I think that'd be cool.
I think that would be really funny.
I think that'd
I
be
bet
cool.
John has one.
Yeah.
Or knows where to get one.
John's pretty cool like that. But definitely Leatherface, because Google it. I can't think of the guy's name right off the top of my head. I can't think of his name. But Google the story behind Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's a dude who like made cereal bowls out of people's skulls and
Oh,
furniture
Lord.
out of skin.
I hope your kids aren't watching.
He had a nipple belt.
All right.
Yeah, he made a belt out
So
of nipples.
that's the end. That's the
no,
end.
you had to tell what your...
I know.
Okay.
I'm trying to transition us. That's the end of the questions. So now I want to tell the story about my dad and the Morticia Addams Halloween.
Everybody wants me to... I was like, stop talking.
They all know you ramble. They watch the vlog. So, the Morticia Addams Halloween, it was post one of my mom's company Halloween parties, and my dad was there, and we were on our way home, like we were done with the party, and I was still in my full costume. The Morticia Addams dress that my mom made was also a bit tight, because it was very form-fitting. I remember this. And so on the side of the road or something, my dad sees a sign for a haunted house and thinks that it would be a great idea. And I don't know, Mom, how old am I? Like 11 or 12 or maybe younger than that, but I was little. And he decides he wants to stop for this haunted house, and so we all go in, and it was legitimately the most terrifying experience of my life up to that point and probably since. And I remember being so scared and trying to get out of the haunted house, running as fast as I could, and I split the seam of the costume of the Morticia Addams dress up the back. And so my whole butt and panties were out and exposed, but I didn't care because I was terrified. And I remember finally getting out and like my dad holding me and just being hysterically scared and really upset because my favorite Halloween costume got ripped. So yes, that's my funny story, and my dad thought it would be a great idea.
Of course he did.
Oh, it was you. 11, my mom says, and I climbed up her. I just remember seeking asylum in some adult, but being terrified.
Classic Gerald. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my...
I don't have any stories like that.
Oh, so I'll tell a quick clown story because it's funny too. So the reason why I don't like clowns is one night my brothers were watching the Stephen King clown movie that must not be named, the 2-letter title that they just remade, and somehow they either like forced me to watch it or I was watching it, but it legit scarred me for life, and I was terrified, and I had a birthday party the next day at the skating rink, and they had a clown. And as soon as that clown came out, I ran and I hid in the bathroom. They're like, oh, what's wrong with Sarah? They sent the clown in after me to check on me. And I'm like huddled in the corner of a stall, and this clown is peeking under the things. It was horrifying. I don't remember if that was before or after the haunted house, but those were my very 2 scariest Halloween memories. So that wasn't even Halloween. That was just some random... Anyway, those are my scary stories.
And this is why I don't have anyone to watch scary movies with. I will say that Linda, my mother-in-law, will come into town, and when she's in town, we go on dates to see the scary movies because Sarah won't. app flat out refuses. We've watched a couple of like moderately scary movies.
Suspenseful. I'll do suspenseful, but
And we watched Let the Right One In, which is even scary.
no, it's awful.
The original. We didn't watch the American remake. We watched the original, like I think Swedish,
the subtitled one
with the subtitles. Little vampire girl. We
It's
finished it.
traumatizing.
Sarah looked like. We finished watching it and turned the lights on and all that stuff. And Sarah's sitting at the end of the bed like I'd done something wrong to her. Just like, why did you make me watch that movie?
And that's one of those, after you watch it, you have to watch episodes of
Yeah.
Friends. So to like clear your brain.
to like
of that
calm yourself
imagery.
down. Which, if you haven't watched the Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, like 5 stars from me, and I believe from Linda would give you the same. It was good. Like for a while there, I was watching it. I was only watching it during the day because it got me like tense, like to a 10. And I decided that I had to know what happened. I was so invested in the story at this point. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch it at night. I have to know. I can't wait until Gabriel goes to a nap tomorrow to keep watching. So Sarah goes upstairs, turns on the noise machine, and shuts the door because she doesn't want to have
I want
anything
to
to do
hear
with
any
it.
sound from it.
I watched 3 episodes in a row, which is like 3 hours of scary and it's suspenseful. And I got up. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. And I got up and I went in to turn off the light in the kitchen. There's a light above the sink, and I went to turn it off. The switch for it is right next to the garbage disposal. And I reached over and flipped that switch. The sink just, and I mean, you know when cats get scared and all the hair on it just stands up, and you're like, you switch into kill mode like that, you know? Yeah, that thing was only on for half a second because I realized quickly what I'd done and flipped the switch to turn it off. But boy, I don't think I went to sleep for like an hour and a half after we went to bed. Sarah's asleep and I'm scrolling through Instagram, playing on my phone. Got me all hyped up and everything. It's a good show. It's a really good show.
So we'll end it. I'm gonna tell everybody this, and then we'll end it because.
Well, wait. I gotta do one short thing. My Aunt Debbie, and if they watch this, she'll appreciate that I tell this. She used to do Zubu also. For I don't remember who she was working for at the time, but they were doing Zubu, and she dressed up in a witch costume, full witch, pointy hat. No, I think she had a fake nose. I mean, like the whole thing. You know, you spend a lot of money on a costume. Aunt Debbie, to go all out, she went all out, and we went over to their house to go trick or treating, and I believe it was to go trick or treating. I'm not real sure. It was one of those early memories, but I do remember being legitimately terrified of her,
Of your aunt.
of Aunt Debbie. Well, I didn't know it was her, and they were like, "It's Aunt Debbie. It's okay. It's okay." And I think we were going to Zubu because I think I saw her again later that night and was okay with it because then I knew it was her. But holy cow, Aunt Debbie scared me to death. That was a good one. Memories. All right, tell your story and then.
No, it's not really a story, and it tied in more to what we were just talking about. But then you derailed us with that story.
Let's go back. House on Haunted Hill.
Well, so I refuse to watch these things with Jacob, but somehow, in some way, Jacob manages to tell me the entire plot of every scary thing he watches or reads. I don't know how this happens. I specifically say, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. But I could tell you what happened in the Stephen King movie that must not be named.
No.
Because he told me about it.
I respected that one. I respected that
But
one.
I still know what happened, and I've never seen it. Well, I have seen it, obviously, but oh wait, that's a bad example. But yes,
Yes,
so
it
the
was a
Haunted
bad
of Hill
example.
House, he told me all about what happened, and I didn't want to watch it. So yeah, somehow I still know about all these things.
But you weren't scared when I was telling you, so you got the joy of knowing the storyline without the scary
joy
of
of
watching the.
Knowing the storyline.
Yeah, it's a good show though. It's a really good show.
You know what I want to say before we leave?
No, I don't. My mind reading license hasn't come in yet, so I'm not allowed to do it. I know. I'm a jerk.
Hold your mug
What?
up. Hold your mug up. Like you're on a morning show. Jacob, Sarah in the morning.
Jacob, Sarah in the morning.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
for
sign
watching.
off now.
He's coming out. Oh, so, I mean, appreciate it. I appreciate everybody watching it. Like I said, if you are not following us, our family account on Twitter, go on there real quick, and I'm going to round up those pictures of all the Halloween costumes. And I'm going to share them because
They're good.
they're pretty awesome. And we'll see which ones we can track down from Sarah's parents. If there's a Morticia.
Oh, I know there is.
If there's a Morticia photo out there somewhere, we'll try and track it down. I think we're supposed to tag somebody because this is a tag video.
Well, my PB&J feels like the obvious choice.
Right.
Because I feel like John's going to have some answers.
I want to.
Margaret's going
I
to
feel
have
like
some too.
John has answered some of the questions in the chat already. So we tag my PB&J, and if you guys get a chance to do the video before Halloween, which is, I know, next week, you can do it. If you don't, you can let it die. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. But thanks to Growing Roots for tagging us. This was a lot of fun, and for moderating our chat. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Jacob has to stand up.
Now I have to stand up and turn off the
camera.
thing, so this is gonna get
Awkward.
a little weird. Cause I'm gonna go.
No, honey,
Where is it? Is it?
You still haven't turned
I guess I
off.
still haven't done it.